Travis got to hear. I'm back with some more boxing. Yo, look, man. All right, look, listen, bro. I think like maybe I was exaggerating a little bit too much in my last live stream. Um, Usyk, Usyk ain't overrated, bro. Like he done proved himself time and time again. You know, and like I said before, he was really looking like the complete perfect boxer. You know, like all around, man. Like like I said before, his upper both body. I mean, he looked like a heavyweight Lomachenko. You feel me? But like he's better than Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko lost 3 times. I'm just saying, bro. You know, he's not overrated. Listen, so we can go on and on. I'm not gonna be doing all that right now. What I'm really trying to get at is Usyk is done, bro. And that's just the truth. That's just the truth, bro. Like he he might he might be he was a hell of a fighter, bro. Hell of a fighter. Great heavyweight, man. He could have competed with the best of them at any, point in time. Think if Usyk just like a few years ago, like fought Mike Tyson back in the day, bro. You know? Think if like a 35-year-old Usyk fought like a 21-year-old Mike Tyson. He probably would have beat him. You know? But what I'm trying to say right now, bro, is it's over with, bro. You know? Like just look at the thumbnail. Look at the thumbnail, man. I don't know if he had his hair dyed blonde or because I don't never see his hair gray like that in that picture. But after the fight, he ain't had no time to put no hair dye in his hair to make it, look blonde or whatever he be trying to look, or sandy blonde, dark. His hair is gray. His head is real gray. Official Jub edits. What up, though? I know I'm saying that wrong. So Usyk ain't overrated. It's just over with, bro. He 39 years old. Floyd retired at 38. And like even though Floyd was still winning, you know, he wasn't the same fighter that he was. Even when he fought Maidana the second time. When he fought Maidana the second time, he wasn't really like prime Floyd, getting hit with that overhand shot like that, getting his tooth knocked out. When he got hit with that shot, I was like, yeah, Floyd done missed a beat. I mean, look, think about the Floyd that fought Arturo Gotti before he moved up to 147. That Floyd would have never got hit with no overhand right like that. You know what I'm saying? That hard and clean. He never would have, ever. So I was like, yeah, Floyd's slipping a little bit. But he's still good enough to be way better than like the people that he's fighting. But it's just like he's just slipping just enough where these fights where he would have blew this type of guy out of the water. Now, yeah, he might win 8 rounds to 4, but he got caught like a couple times. That was really all we really got to see from Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Like when he started slipping. When Floyd started slipping. Well, we just saw him like lose a couple rounds to. He had a war with Cotto, that he dominated, but he had to throw like a 1,000 punches to win that fight to keep Cotto off of him, But yeah, man, it's just over with for Usyk. I think if he keep fighting he gonna probably lose his next fight. Like whoever he fight, unless he fight like a straight. I mean, he just fought a kickboxer, and like was getting outboxed by a kickboxer, bro. You know, so I could say like no matter who he fight, man, he could fight a bum. This guy was supposed to be a bum in boxing. You know, he definitely ain't no experienced professional boxer to be doing all that. So I mean, if this dude can do that to Usyk and then like, you know, not lose until like the 12th round, 11th round, then what that mean? Does that mean that this guy can beat all of the other heavyweights? I mean, Usyk the undisputed heavyweight champion. So that mean that if he's good enough to do that to the undisputed heavyweight champion, is he good enough to do that to everybody else? Because surely, like if you can do that to our champion, shit, you should have been a Olympic. Did Usyk win a gold medal? I think he won a gold medal too. But like, I mean, you should have been undisputed in two different weight classes. You know, if you could do Usyk like that, bro, and these people that Usyk done beat, come on, man. You know, you should be able to. He should be able to. Shit, dog walk Tyson Fury, man. How y'all think Rico Suave square off against Tyson Fury? Hit the like button. Go on this live. It's 10 likes. We're going to talk about it, bro. So if anybody think that Usyk, like, still got it, then Rico Suave, man, he should dog walk Tyson Fury. And Anthony Joshua ain't got a chance. Man, he'll be styling on Anthony Joshua fighting like that. The way he did Usyk, man. Usyk had to get saved by the refs, you know, stepping in. I mean, I think he would have got him out of there anyways. But still, you know, like, hey, he had to go through hell. He took some, like, he took some of them hoods. He took some of them heavy, them real blows, bro. Man, he took some heavy shots up in there against Rico Suave. Does Rico Suave got his number? Should we see a rematch and then even a trilogy? Because you got to remember, man, like it's been a few rivalries where it's been 3 fights, and then the loser hadn't even won either one of the first 2. Had Triple G Canelo, that was a draw, then win. You know what I'm saying? You had this Amanda Serrano fighting Katie Taylor. They fought 3 times, even though Katie Taylor won every single one. Pacquiao had the draw, then he fought Marquez 3 more times. You know what I'm saying? I mean, is Rico Suave that good? You know? And y'all know he ain't that good at boxing. I mean, I don't know what he was doing before, but I mean, he was definitely good that night. So if it ain't Rico Suave being that good, then it's Usyk being that bad. Like right now, you know what I'm saying? At least his performance was bad. You feel me? Even if he ain't bad as a fighter, his performance was not up to par with what we're used to seeing from him, especially with this type of opponent. Going into this fight, I said, man, Usyk about to dog this dude out. You know, like with 100% confidence. And like, now he got me talking like, you know, thinking like he ain't got it no more. You know? Now the conversation is changed, even though he won. And like, all I'm trying to say, bro, he just washed up. And I think that's a hard pill to swallow for all of these pro-white boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? Like all these people, they look at him and they see they self because, you know, he a white boy. Bro, he almost 40 years old, man. Man, you got these ninjas coming up like, man, they 26 years old, man, lifting weights in the gym, like hitting hard. You feel me? And they in shape too. They in better shape than you. Because, you know, at 25, you can hold more muscle, retain more muscle than you can at 40. You do start looking flabby, whether you working out or not. Like, your body just ain't, the muscle ain't really just, you know, like that, bro. And at least and that dude was 37 years old that did that to Usyk. Think if Usyk fought like the dude that just knocked out Jermaine Franklin, man. He 39 years old. Moses Ito Tumo. Let's see how old that dude is, bro. Let's see how old that dude is, bro. 21 years old. Bro, 6'4". Man. 6'4". 21 years old. 242 pounds. What? And you looking like that against a 37-year-old kickboxer? I'm telling you, bro. It's crazy, ain't it, bro? It's crazy, man. I'm just saying, bro. You better hang it up. He better hang it up. I'm telling you right now, Caballero, he smelled food. Man, it's looking like some fresh fish in the water, man. They biting good today. You know? I'm just saying, bro. It is what it is. It is what it is. Hey. That Moses Itama, whatever his name is, he looking at Usyk like, man, I'll smack this dude. Put him in there with me. Let's see how that work out. What's his name? Caballero. Man, that was like the wrong fight to like let that dude get in the ring and call Usyk out. I know they probably was pre-planning that before the fight. So when Usyk win, then they'll let Caballero in the ring to call out Usyk for a title shot. You know, that was Mauricio Sulaimán's idea all day, and Usyk didn't approve of it, and they didn't care because they figured, oh yeah, we granted you this, we sanctioned this fight right here with you and this kickboxer, so you owe this title defense to us, and the right to come in and you know interrupt your post-fight celebration with call-outs. But that was the wrong time to bring that dude in the ring to call Usyk out. But man, that dude, he's smelling food. Usyk is looking like food out here. Hey, I'm just saying, bro. I'm not lying. I'm not playing. See, y'all be acting like what? I mean, right or wrong. Just saying, bro. 39 and Caballero's 32. Let's see, Caballero, where you at, bro? 33. But man, he's looking real strong too, man. Like he's looking like the next guy. Man, he's looking real good. And I bet you he looking at Usyk like, hey, that really would be like a passing of the torch. You know what I'm saying? Usyk and Caballero. That's what they want. They want the older, the bigger name, aging legend to get knocked out by the next up and coming superstar to keep boxing going and alive. You know, I mean, he don't really need to get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? We can really show him more respect than that. But I'm just saying, like, he better retire, man. You know, retire. Hit the like button. Goal on this live is 10 likes. And 1 minute they say 0, and next minute they say 28 people. What's going on, man? Why they doing me like that? I'm thinking I'm talking to myself for like 5 minutes, and then it said 28 up on there, man. What's going on? You know? But yeah, bro. Drop a comment if you're a boxing fan. If you're a rainbow, then you can keep your comment. Because y'all rainbows like to comment on these videos. But yeah, man, Usyk looking like food, bro. Hey, man, just fight Wilder next, but he came, bro, not for the belt. Well, I think they said he had the WBA too. You don't fight Caballero next, WBC's taking that WBC belt. They made that clear when they brought the dude in the ring after his fight. That was disrespectful, man. You know, they could have, like, he could have, if he really wanted to call him out, then, you know, he could have did it from ringside. You don't have to always bring the other fighter in the ring. You know, like that was kind of like a little distasteful, you know, after a tough fight and he pulled it off, you know, after a layoff or no, it wasn't even really, yeah. Let's see. They ain't been fighting like these last 3 fights. What's that been, 2 years? Danny Dubois and Rico Suave. Oh, box, right? Yeah. Well, it was like a year and a half. Year and a half. Is that a year and a half? Year and a half, yeah, these 2 fights. Well, the Tyson Fury fight was 2024, December. It's like a year and a half. But, man, why boxer keep doing that with the yellow outlining, bro? Like, you can't even see what you looking at, man. What is this, man? Keep doing that shit, bro. But, yeah, it's not looking too good, man. He did just fight. It's not looking too good, bro. Yeah, that was like a year layoff, damn near. 10 months since he fought Danny Dubois, and he getting older. So what? He probably be 40 by the time his next fight, Usyk. And he's looking like he old, bro. You know, he's looking like he done got old overnight. You know, how is he looking in this Danny Dubois fight now that I think of it, man? Like, did I see that? I don't know. He just did what he was supposed to do against Daniel Dubois. I mean, it wasn't really like much to it. Like, we knew that he would get to him. He went out there and he stopped him, and he did like what he was supposed to do. So it was really like no sign of like something like this happening. It just kind of just happened overnight. I don't know, man. Hey, you never know like what's going through these fighters' minds. You know, like sometimes they just can't stop fighting. It's like, you know, some fighters are in love with just fighting. No matter what, they just competitive, and that's what they've been doing their whole life. You know, we kind of like creatures of habit anyways. Even if they're creatures of habit. So they just keep fighting. Even when they lose, and they just keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even getting big paydays, and they just keep fighting. You know, like Shane Mosley was like that. He just kept fighting. You know, he got like 10 losses now. Even Roy Jones Jr., as great as he was, he just kept fighting. You know, and now he got like 10 losses. So you know, we can say like he was a really great fighter. But when you look back in the history books, they're gonna see that 10 losses next to your name. That's the first thing that they're gonna see. And then they're gonna think in their head, like, well, he couldn't have been that good. He lost to 10 people. You know? Even Lennox Lewis, like he beat everybody that he ever fought. But since he did take those 2 losses, even though he cleaned them up later, people always look at that when they look back in the history books, the record books, they would see like he retired like 40-2 or whatever his record was. You know, you get credit for cleaning it up, but still, like you still lost those fights. So that was like, you know, we got to judge you based on that too. When we look at Floyd Mayweather's record, I'm just saying all of this to say like, Usyk need to retire, man. He just need to retire right now. You know, you got all of this money from these fights, man. Turkey been paying Usyk good. He ain't got no star appeal. He didn't have to. He just was like the right guy at the right time with the right amount of skills to get the job done. You know, man, I still can't believe he beat Tyson Fury, man. You know, well, I mean, he's decent. You know, I'm just saying, like, we can see you beating Chisora. I can see him beating Joshua, because Joshua's so slow and robotic, but like Fury. Mm-mm. I think Fury should have fought him like, you know, he should just, you can't just try to outbox Usyk. You know, he should have been, we say that he should have been more rough with him, but maybe he was getting caught. I don't know. But yeah, if he don't retire, then it ain't really looking too good, man. It's looking like Usyk gonna get 8 in this next fight. Oh man. Yeah. But yeah, man. Oh yeah. And David Benavidez. That's why I wrote that in that title. Benavidez is juiced up. Yo, it's crazy how like no matter what you say, like about anybody, like even if it's the truth, if ain't nobody trying to run with that narrative, ain't nobody really want to put themselves out there like that, you know, ain't nobody, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you get drowned out by everybody, bro. You know, you can say whatever you want to say, and people can really believe what, you know, think whatever they want to think. But at the same time, if like nobody runs with a certain narrative, you get drowned out, bro. Like did fucking David Benavidez and fucking Zerto do VADA testing? Why the fuck they ain't sending out these notifications say David Benavidez and Gilberto Ramirez completed VADA testing on this date? Like what's going on, man? What's going on? Hold on, man. gonna have to follow them, bro. I'm gonna have to follow them, bro. Look, bro. Why they ain't sending them out no more, bro? Huh? Thank you, Vada testing ready in Las Vegas. 5-2. Huh. Interesting. Interesting, bro. Vada was there. Vada was there at the arena in Vegas. Or they took a picture of somebody that was there. Did he? I'm just saying. Did David Benavidez and Zerto Ramirez complete VADA testing for their fight? Yes or no? VADA was there. They just posted a picture from the fight. Look. Yo. Look at this shit. Check it out. No BAP. Oh. No BAP. Look at this. This fight, that picture right there. That was on the 2nd of May, bro. That was when David Benavidez's fight was, in Las Vegas or wherever he was at. On Cinco de Mayo weekend. We already know he on them snacks. We already know that. I'm just saying, bro. I know they successful in life. Like, they millionaires. Usyk is a multi-millionaire. I'm hating for my 1-bedroom apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I'm a bum. They got a big body Benz and Travis Gotti on a scooter. I know all of that. All of that is true. But at the same time, I'm just saying, bro, aren't we boxing fans? Can we talk about boxing? This is related to boxing. I mean, look, we need to know if these fighters are clean fighters. Maybe they agreed to not do VADA for this fight. That's cool. If you take whatever you want to take, I take whatever I want to take. Just pass the post-fight drug testing after the fight. You know what I'm saying? After the fight, just pass that test. But we don't have to do random blood and urine drug testing. You take whatever you want to take, I take whatever I want to take. Let's fight. And then they fought. Man, that's crazy work, bro. That ain't nobody talking about this. Can anybody show me proof that they completed VADA testing? They fought for a WBC belt. It's wild, man. No. I don't know. I don't get it. Or was it WBO? Okay, WBO. They don't require VADA testing. So maybe they just didn't go with it. They fought for the WBO. We got the WBC there. You know? Yeah. So maybe they didn't do VADA testing. It was like, okay, like I said, you take whatever you want to take. I'll take whatever I want to take. But that's crazy, bro. They're like, you just get drowned out. If ain't nobody trying to run with that. Ain't nobody trying to risk their reputation by making these accusations without like much proof, you know, then but I'm just saying, did he take the VADA testing? That's what I ain't saying that they own something. They just decided to, you know, not do random drug testing. And that's okay. But if that was the case, let's let it be known. So is boxing starting to shy away from random blood and urine testing? I bet you if you ask Devin Haney, he'll tell you like all these fighters on something. All of them. Because why is he the only fighter in the sport of boxing that's doing year-round blood and urine testing? They'll let you use recreational drugs like weed and alcohol. So what? Would they bust you if you test positive for cocaine? Is that a performance enhancer? I wouldn't think so, but hey, it might. You ain't catching no crackhead. They might have like worse addictions than just weed and alcohol, and they don't want to be exposed. Maybe David Benavidez is on coke. I don't know, bro. Back on coke. Just saying, man. The fact that like people just ignore certain shit, you know? If it was Crawford and Canelo, if it was any Canelo fight and he didn't do random drug testing, oh man, it'll be like a big thing, bro. Everybody be talking about that. But since David Benavidez is like, you know, a new people's favorite, people like, nah, I ain't touching that. We just gonna ignore certain things, man. Certain people. The way I look at it is you gotta have like the same smoke for everybody. You know? You can't just be selective politicking. And if Errol Spence moved from welterweight to middleweight and knock out, you know what I'm saying, whoever, even Tim Tszyu, I'm gonna be like, man, did they do random testing? Did they do VADA testing? If he go up in there and he do Tim Tszyu like Terrence Crawford did him, he do Tim Tszyu like Floyd did Gotti, you know, just beat him up bad, you know, and then knock him out. I'm gonna be like, oh man, Errol Spence is back. He back. He own it. You know, he on that orange juice. Mm-hmm. Man. Hey, y'all remember at the post-fight press conference when Sean Porter and Errol Spence fought? Like, a lot of people missed it. But Sean Porter was alluding to Spence being on steroids, but not being able to take it for that fight. He was like, oh, if he ain't got it in him, that juice, that orange juice. And then they kind of like cut off the end of the press conference. Yeah, bro, you got it in you. He looking very human out there. A lot of people miss that at that post-fight press conference. Go back and check it out if you ain't got nothing to do at some point in time in your life. He said something about some orange juice, but we know what kind of juice he was talking about. Woo! But yeah, man, they might say Errol Spence is on something. They gonna say Errol Spence is on something if he go up to 158 and he just dog walk Tim Tszyu bad. Just run through him like he ain't nothing. Worse than Fundora. He do him just like Boots just did this dude. Just go up in there and just, man, they ain't gonna mess around and say Errol Spence was on something. Hey, and Caleb Plant, how you gonna smack Jamal and then act like you don't want to make the fight? Man, the networks was gonna back it. More than likely, it would have been pay-per-view, but they would have got paid whatever they. Yeah, it would have been pay-per-view. That's 2 PBC fighters, and that's a big fight. And then he just, never, put pen to the paper or never release a statement and say like, oh yeah, we're gonna fight somebody else, or I'm considering retiring. I need more time. Just nothing. Like he didn't want to get beat. That'll look bad for him. Smack the man and then he come back and then he beat you up, knock you out. Yeah. You might be able to beat him outside of the ring, but not inside of the ring. Yeah, his pride couldn't handle that blow. So he just decided to not go through with the fight and not publicly make no appearances or excuses. It's nothing. Yeah. But yeah, man. It's crazy, bro. They're like people just ignore certain things from certain people, man. You know? Hey, if David Benavidez is on something, he on something. A lot of fighters be on something. But I think that's interesting, bro. I think that's something to be looking into. Or like, why don't we used to always make a big deal about that. If like when everybody was doing VADA, it was like every big fight, they was just always talking about VADA. VADA. Do they got drug testing? They started to shy away from drug testing and boxing. Maybe I don't know if y'all realize it or not, but I remember, I've been a boxing fan for a long time. I remember when like Floyd brought all of this drug testing to the sport, and then everybody was doing USADA when he was fighting, and then other fighters was doing USADA, but then they come out with VADA, which was a lot cheaper form of drug testing, but they don't have no favorites either, so then it's like, okay, well, if we do USADA, then you paying more for it and they'll like show favoritism and stuff like that. So then the VADA was kind of exposing the USADA fighters, because why would you pay more for that when you can pay cheaper and we can get this, which is much more trustworthy? So a lot of people was doing VADA. Like every big fight, we was always talking about like they're doing drug tests. Now, when it come to big fights, like nearly all big fights, you never hear anybody saying anything about drug testing no more. And for a while, for few years, especially when Floyd was fighting around like towards the end of his career. And then like about 5 years after that, about 3 to 5 years, people still like, you know, they doing drug testing. They do USADA or they gonna do VADA. You know, or they didn't have no drug testing for that fight. Da, 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 da. You know, but now don't nobody talk about it. Don't nobody bring it up. Drug testing is never brought up as part of the discussion when we talking about like a big fight. You know, and VADA is not like sending results either. You know, like after every fight, when they get their test results back and they say like David Benavidez and Gilberto Ramirez both successfully completed the VADA program, they're not sending those tweets out. I wonder why. And it's not discussed, like I said, either. Something's got to be up with that, man. I mean, it's all good. I don't really like all that drug testing anyways, because they take away from the fights. You know, 2 juiced up fighters going to put on a better performance than 2 fighters that's being tested. That's what it is. But they don't never talk about it. Never. Where does fool go? Did he leave his phone there because it's not charged up or what? He must have really tried to go to the store this late at night. Talking about a gas station, get some cigarettes and a beer. But yeah. It's crazy, bro. You know? And like now, Ryan Garcia is WBC champion. Where's his VADA results from the Barrio fight? I thought all WBC events like required VADA testing. You know, all of them. Now, I bet you Mauricio Sullivan stopped requiring VADA for his fights. Because, you know, like, he's a control freak. So, like, VADA testing the fighters and being able to say, you know, like, oh, this fighter tested positive. You know, we're going to, this is his test result. So then WBC be forced to, like, strip the champion. So that's like losing control and power over your organization to a drug testing agency. Don't give them that power over you. Now you can order drug testing on your own, but then you can control like the results and you can put it out if somebody was positive or if you can just keep it on the low. But you still retain all of the power. I bet you Mauricio Sullivan cut them off. Because it ain't no way they was going to strip Ryan Garcia after he beat Mario Barrios. Strip him because he tests positive again and then ban him for the sport of boxing. You have to take 5 years off. He probably got a guarantee that they wasn't going to test him, expose his results. Boxing's so corrupt, man. You don't think the drug testing is corrupt too? They'll rob you on national TV. You know, stop the fight when you losing. You get a knockout win. Look what they did to that old dude that fought Rolling. But yeah, man. So yeah, that's kind of crazy, man. People don't even caring about, you know, certain things. I'm just saying, like, what about what from Devin Haney's point of view, his perspective? Like, how would you look at it if you was Devin Haney? Would you look at all of the other fighters like they clean fighters, and you the only fighter in the sport of boxing that's on 24/7, 365 random blood and urine testing? Would you look at everybody else like they was clean? Probably not. But yeah, man. I just come on here for a good time, not a long time. You know, I just had something on my mind, man. And I don't really like making them regular videos no more. I know people like to go back and listen to the videos. That's why you could mess around and just take clips of the live and then post it on a regular video. You know, I see people doing that sometimes. A lot of times people be breaking stuff up. That's about what you got to do. They'll do like an hour-long podcast, and then they won't even release the whole thing until after they done release 4 or 5 parts of it. Like, man, what is this, man? You gotta feed people. You gotta bird feed people. Give it to them in increments, 5-10 minutes at a time, to keep their attention. And then, throw it all out there. See, there's a lot of content right here. There's a lot of videos. See, this hour, I could chop this up into 6 pieces. You know what I'm saying? 10 minutes at a time once they get to 6. Post that. Then y'all can go and watch the live version, the whole version. Like on the 5th day, 6th day. After I release the first 6 parts, 10 minutes at a time. This one get 10,000 views. This next one got 5,000. The third one got 12,000. The 4th one got 15,000. Then the 5th one got 5,000-6,000. And then I dropped the full hour-long video live stream. And then that probably just do a few thousand because y'all already done watched the 6 parts already. Oh man. Hey, I bet y'all done passed out, man. Y'all gotta go to work and all that good stuff. I already done been live though. I just don't want to be doing no regular videos, talking to no phone, man. I'm already at the crib by myself. Making a regular video so I can upload it and y'all gonna comment on it like I used to. Man, y'all don't pay me enough for all that. You ain't paying me enough. You ain't paying me Nadine. But yeah, bro. We can't be selective politics. It is late, man. And it's a new channel. You know. I went to sleep early. My sleep schedule be all messed up, man. Smoking. You know, like you only can smoke so much. And then, you know, you got your peaks too. You get like so smoked out. Then you be like, now you gotta eat eventually. Then, you know, you be tired. You be tired. Y'all probably think I'm crazy when y'all see me like going off on these little tangents, these rants, and don't nobody else being even in the chat. Y'all click on the live and y'all be like, "Oh, he talking to himself," and then you leave. But you know what? That be exactly what I'm doing when I'm recording a regular video just to post it later. Talking to myself. You just can't see me until I post it. And then you'll see me talking to myself. That's what everybody doing. They're just talking to their damn self. And I don't be feeling like talking to myself. You post a short of what you said and you wasn't live when you did the short. You posted a video talking to yourself. Everybody is in the twilight zone, man. Don't nobody get it. Mm. Everybody watched the little short. You know, they comment 200 likes, 50 comments. It's perfectly normal. You know, like they recorded it before you know, they recorded it before they posted it. Or they might have recorded it while they was posting it. But they was talking to themselves. And then they posted it, and then you commented on it. That's normal. But like you see a ninja like me on live talking to myself, and then you be like, "Oh, something wrong with him." I know what y'all be thinking. I know what people be thinking. I remember back in the day when I probably really have done lost my mind. I'm pretty non-threatening though, but slipping a little bit because I remember even some years ago, I used to just go live so like I wouldn't talk to myself. I wouldn't be talking to myself, you know, because I just like be thinking some shit and then I say it out loud, but then I just go live. I used to do that intentionally. So yeah, I really got to stay out the way. No, the motor skills got to be slipping. Mm. Yeah, man. You smoking and eating all day. You know, that shit put you down, man. It'll put you down. Like every other, not every other hour. But yeah, it seems like you always constantly like, man. But yeah, man. I guess I'll go ahead and get off of here. I could always go on my other app. All of the weirdos is up this time in that world. I be trying to avoid being over there though. Like, that's why I've been over here going live more often. Cause like, man, it'd be just too much, man. I'm trying to escape. You know what I'm saying? Revenge of the Nerds. I don't know if y'all remember that shit back in the day. Revenge of the Nerds. They was having peeing contests. Man, that was like a crazy. I wonder if they got that on YouTube. And they had the Revenge of the Nerds like song at the beginning. That was probably like the 80s. I know y'all don't know that. Early 90s at the most, but I'm really thinking it's like 87. Well, I'm trying to escape the planet of the weirdos. They like, go back. Get your ass away from here. Go back over there with them. But yeah, man, it's all good. Let's go see what they're talking about, man. It's Travis Gotti. Thank you for tuning in to Travis Gotti Box. I'm gonna leave this video up too. You know, cause we getting to the bottom of the business. Y'all wake up and watch it in the morning. Travis Gotti, thank you for tuning in to Travis Gotti Box. Like, subscribe. Wow.